Hey everybody, welcome. Moto Mission, we're going live. We have some big announcements here. We're hanging out here at my house, and we have some surprises. We have some guests. We have some gifts. We have some announcements, and we have some big news. So we're just hanging out here. Got a fire going. Just started it. I actually just got in here. I've been out working on a motorcycle, which is an exciting thing. And just coming in here to hop on to begin to talk to you guys. So let's go. Ani's in here. She's getting some things ready, but let's see here. I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of an update and give you some news and tell you about some events. And we have all sorts of things that are happening right now. It's really exciting. And Ani's here. Ani's going to try to put it on the TV so she can watch it live. Is that what you're doing?
I'm trying.
Ani's trying to put on the TV over here. So say hi to Ani, everybody.
Hi. I'm also about to make some coffee.
Okay, making coffee. So if you have been following our story, if you've kind of been following what we've been doing, you may have been seeing some of this and maybe some hints of this. And I've kind of been hinting this for a little while now, but I'm just going to kind of tell you some big announcements that are happening right now. And part of it is we have some events that we're going to do, and we're going to invite you guys out, which I'll get to that here in just a moment. And my phone's blowing up. So I'm also going to tell you about a little bit about my transition that's happening right now. So just so you know, some of you know this, but some of you probably have no clue. But for the past over 25 years, Ani and I have been touring around the world doing magic shows on stages. And so we've been on stage doing these shows kind of all over the world. We've been on some big stages, like some famous stages, which has really been fun. Big arenas, theaters. And we've also been in churches, colleges, and all the way down to like really small places in like Central America, for example, prisons and things like that. And yeah, man, it's been really a blast, and it's been a really amazing life and journey and adventure in so many ways. It's been unbelievable. And so for about 26 years, Ani and I have been doing that. And what that means is that we've been on the road for about 300 days a year. Most years, about 300 days a year, we've been on the road. And when I say on the road, like hitting it hard, like going as hard as we can. Flat tires, planes that are late, like everything. Like we just had to just keep busting it to get to the show, to be set up on time, because there would be an audience waiting for us. And so because of that, there's been a lot of stress, and we have no regrets though. Like we've absolutely loved it. But here's the big but. Here's one of the announcements I'm making. We're retiring. We are no longer going to tour the show like we have for so long. Now, that doesn't mean we'll never do a show again, because I think that we probably will. But as far as like being booked and being like the touring thing that we did for all those years, we're putting that behind us, because we feel like there's something new, a new chapter after all these years. We kind of tested it, and that was this YouTube and adventure community. We kind of started testing that a little bit, and to our surprise, and we're very happy about this, but the adventure community is embracing what we're doing, and they are I don't know, there's like an invitation. I don't know how you put it into words, but there's lots of relationships happening, and I'm meeting a lot of people, and it's very fulfilling, and it's very, like, we love this. And so we're going to put a lot of our efforts, most all of our efforts, into kind of building this community. It's a whole different type of approach. As if you know who I am, like I'm always on a mission, and that is changed. Like the calling is the same, but however, like how it's expressed is changing. And so I just wanted that to be kind of like, this is a place where we kind of made the official announcement. And so, if you're noticing like things are looking different or changing on socials or, our, all the feeds or the website or whatever, just know like there's a little bit what's going on. So I'm seeing some of you starting to comment. Teresa, hey, and Moto Ramblings. Moto Ramblings, congratulations on retiring. Yes, thank you so much. Retiring is maybe the best word I could find. Maybe it's maybe it's not the perfect word because we are retiring. However, we're not like doing nothing.
Right. We're kind of shifting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And am I doing this right? Am I holding this phone right? Is this okay for you guys, or should it be sideways? Maybe I should have done it this way. You guys comment, tell me if this really throws you off. Should I do this? Orientation is locked, rotate device back. Yeah. All right. So I'm using my phone here.
Yeah,
Obviously
it doesn't work that way.
it doesn't like me. So okay, Todd. Welcome, Todd. Yeah, so that is the big news, or at least part of it. We have a lot to talk about here tonight. But kind of a big news is retiring from one thing. Really, it's like closing the chapter of one thing as a whole new chapter is beginning, and we're just so excited about it. Like, we had no idea that this is where we would be, but because of the incredible community and all of the people that are following us on YouTube right now, it's really encouraged us to like, okay, there's a thing here. It's getting traction, so let's go for it. And so all of the things like in terms of metrics that people would want out of like YouTube and that sort of thing, like it's all like good signs and it's all headed somewhere. We kind of saw this real slow but steady growth, and then recently like, oh, something's starting to happen. And so it's kind of good timing, but it's really fun to just say, okay, this is working and this is what we're doing. We're meeting a lot of people, and some of you are actually in the comments right now. Dave Geiger, hey buddy, had lunch with him today. Let me tell you a story about David. He and I met on the side of the road at a parking lot in Leapers Fork. I had a motorcycle. He and his buddies had a motorcycle. We just started chatting, and next thing you know, we swapped numbers, and now we're buds. And he and I went to lunch today. He called me, goes, hey, lunch? I was like, yeah, he lives near my house, and we took off. I love that. And we did that with David and his friend Tim today, and we're doing that all over the place and meeting so many different people. So it's just really, really, really fun. We love meeting people. So, yeah, I do see a lot of pit bulls out there, so you got to be careful. I see your comment right there. Ani, do you want to jump in here and begin to kind of...
Sure.
We got a lot of people watching, and I'm thankful for that. So we're going to kind of give you a little bit of a... This is Ani.
Hi.
You've seen
We're
her...
in our home.
Yeah, you've seen her on camera and everything. Like,
Yeah. You've seen us mostly in our Sprinter home.
Yeah.
This is our home.
Right. So normally we stay in the Sprinter. Like when we're filming the episodes, we're out in the van, living in the van,
Right.
for big portions of the year. But then when we go home, this is our house.
Yeah.
So
We've got a few little things in here. You want to show them what we got?
Yeah, I want to show them. Will McGinnis, hey buddy, I'm seeing you. David Altizer, hey buddy, thank you for helping me with this. Sean, Bikes and Beards, I see you saying hello right now. Which, by the way, if you guys have not heard of the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, just walk yourself over there soon and check them out. Maybe not now. Wait till this is over. But Sean and I just did an episode there, and man, it was a lot of fun. You got to go watch. We did some real redneck stuff over there on the Bikes and Beards channel, so make sure you go check that out. Ani, I'm going to kind of show them a little bit of round. What would you like to to show?
The main thing is what we got going on in here.
All right, so here's what we have going on in here. We've got the Beta over here, the Beta 390. Hey Barry from Fire and Ice. The Beta 390, I've been riding this a little bit, and kind of, this is my buddy Chris's bike, and he's been very kind to let me have this on a long-term loan. And if you've seen some other mysterious bikes around here, we're testing and kind of giving a lot of opportunity to ride different bikes. And part of that is so that we can talk about them, so we can know, details and kind of go with it. So,
And then
Sean, come on by, man. Yeah, come on. We'll be waiting for you. We're going to be here for a while, so come on. Here's the KTM 500 EXC. And yeah, this has been, if you've seen the, I know, right? Bike in the house. This is where we keep them, right? It's a moto party, right? But if you've seen the Smoky Mountain 500 video series from this year, that was the bike that I was riding. I absolutely love this bike. It's really good. It's no Goldwing, fathead Todd, but it is a pretty amazing bike. So somebody's at the door.
yeah, let me see who's at the door.
All right, we got somebody at the door. We have some guests that are going to show up and stop by from time to time.
Come on in.
Thank you.
All right, this is David.
What's up?
How many of you have seen David? We were literally just talking about the Smoky Mountain 500.
The wreck.
we haven't
Epic
brought-
crash.
I already know where it's going.
So he also has a 500, and we have we loved those bikes?
Oh, it's the best. It's the best.
The KTM 500 has been an absolute amazing bike, and thanks to Moto, they've made it much better.
It's definitely good factory, but with the Moto stuff on it, it's insane. I mean, it's night and day. It's like a light switch, on and off. Mm-hmm. But
If you've seen the podcast intro and you see a guy crashing in a river,
that's me. Hey, I thought it was a good line. It looked like a good line, and then it wasn't.
dude,
Just like that, it was.
everyone crashes in that spot.
Yeah.
Everyone crashes in that spot. Well, you want to walk with me? I was just about to show them a little bit around the house. Just so we have a nice fire going right here. It's super great. Rad Con Super says, hey, David. And so does Moto Ramblings. And hey, Brian, what's up? And my friend Sean, Sean over at Bikes and Beards, his favorite bike is KTM. So that's cool.
Yes, he talks about those. He loves those bikes.
Yep. All right, so this is kind of like, it's a little bit of a mess, but this is our kitchen right here. And Ani likes to decorate the deer. People don't realize how much of a redneck I am, but I do kill some deer. And
It's good.
And they taste good.
I'm gonna tell you about this one really quick. Yeah, we had it tonight for dinner actually.
Yeah.
This one I killed with a handgun. This one was killed. This 8-point here was killed with this Desert Eagle 44 mag. So that was pretty good. Hope I don't get demonetized for talking about that, but shot that one with a rifle, that one with a muzzle loader, and then that big monster over there, I shot him with a bow. So that one was really fun. So
Hey,
But-
did you show them our Christmas tree?
Ani wants
Christmas
to
tree?
show you the
Oh, yeah.
Christmas tree.
Look.
Sean says hello, by the way. So when we bought this house, we've been in here for a while, but we found this pipe in here. And I finally, after a few years, decided I'm just going to turn this pipe on the spigot and see what happened. And as I turned it on, Christmas came out.
Christmas popped out.
I just turned it on and Christmas just came right out. So,
Speaking of Christmas, look, do you want to show them real quick?
okay, so speaking of Christmas, we have some new merch that I would like to tell you guys about. We have a Moto Mission shirt. It says on a mission with the Moto Mission logo. Moto Mission hats. I'm a huge fan of these ones, by the way. The Let's Ride hat. And then a very dirty, don't worry, this one's mine, not yours. A very dirty Let's Ride hat. And another Moto Mission hat. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then the Experience Adventure shirt. And we have some more stuff coming too. So, David, let's go sit down and talk, man.
That's good.
They're making coffee for us, but
Yes. We're making coffee.
I'm just gonna sit over here. You wanna sit here? Why don't you sit there? Hopefully there's not a glare. Let me do it like this. So I'd love to hear your questions. Like if you'll send some questions along the way that we'll be talking about that. But before I get into it with David here, I wanted to say that we're gonna give away some gifts. So some of this stuff that you saw tonight, we're gonna give away, and how we're gonna do that is this. That brings us to the next big announcement. I've teased it. but now it's ready, officially launching right now in this very moment. Motomission.com. There's a long story of how we got that website, but we have it. It's really great, but let's just say God provided. And if you'll go over to motomission.com and put your email address in, even if I already have your email address, this is going to create like a new category so that we know how to communicate with you on this subject. But if you'll go to motomission.com and put in your email address at the bottom of the page, we're going to be selecting randomly some emails tonight that come through, and we're going to give away some of the things that you saw here and maybe some other stuff. So just go on over there, and my assistant Bailey is literally right now guarding her computer, waiting for those to come through. So at any point, you can leave this playing and listen to it. Just go to motomission.com, put in your email address, and you can. All right, we're hanging out here on the couch with Mr. David Branson.
It's me.
I wanted David to talk a little bit to us tonight about just the riding experience. First of all, tell us, David, how long have you been riding?
So I started out on go-karts as a little kid, and then graduated to four-wheelers and rode and raced four-wheelers for basically my entire life. And that became a little bit of a project because I couldn't just like gear up and pull out of my garage. I'd have to get a trailer, and then where am I going and who's going with me? So that kind of got harder as I got older, and work got busy and family. So Brock over here encouraged me to get a dirt bike, and I said, no, I'm not going to get a dirt bike. I'm an ATV guy. I got a dirt bike. Started riding with Brock probably maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Maybe 3 years ago. Started out on a WR250R. Loved the bike. It was a great bike. Played with it, modified it, which is what I love to do. I loved it, but I craved more power. And now I'm loving the 500, and I just love riding the bike. It's about the only thing I can do where I can just kind of turn my brain off and enjoy the scenery, enjoy power, all of the above.
And I'm so glad that I was able to twist his arm into riding motorcycles with me.
It was a twist.
It was.
For a while.
We talked about it for a long time. He finally was like, okay, I'll try it. David and I have ridden quite a bit together, a lot locally, and I'm going to answer some of those questions that I just saw come through, but we have ridden a lot locally together. We have a loop here that we have put together in variations of the loop, and we ride that at least maybe once a month with either he and I or maybe another group will ride with us, and you and I actually rode part of the Trans-America Trail together, like a whole weekend, did about 500 miles on that.
That was on the WR.
On the WR. We both had WR250Rs. He and I rode the Smoky Mountain 500 together, and I forget what else, but we are planning more rides, and hopefully this is about to answer one of the questions I just saw come through. At motomission.com, we have a list of dates. That's another part of my news or announcements tonight, is that on the motomission.com, we are listing planned rides where you guys can come out and join us. You can come and ride with us. Many of them are going to be on dirt, but we have 2 or 3 that are going to be on pavement, 3 that I can think of. The first one is going to be called Cold Start with Sean at Bikes and Beards. We're doing that ride on New Year's Day, so you should see that over at motomission.com, and you can register so that we know who's coming and we can kind of be prepared. We also have a ride. Ani, when's the Eclipse ride? Is it April?
April 8th.
April 8th, we're going to ride the Eclipse. If you don't know, there's a total eclipse. What's it called? A full solar eclipse?
Solar eclipse, yeah.
And it's like total. If you haven't seen a full dark solar eclipse, like we had one here about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, it's crazy. And we're going to ride it. It's going to be great. We're going to start in Bentonville, Arkansas, and we're going to ride to Branson, Missouri. And that's going to be April 8th. That's going to be on pavement. Well, there was another one too. Oh, out in Colorado called the $1 Million Ride. We're going to do the $1 Million Highway on pavement. So that's the guys or girls who want to join me just to do like a pavement day ride. But the others are going to be on dirt, and so we're going to get out there and we're just going to go rip it up on We're going to do one in the Smoky Mountains. We're going to do one in Utah at we're going to do into the White Rim Trail. yeah, we're just hanging out. So, and it's free. We're not charging money for this. You'll pay your hotel.
Anybody else is
Someone's
here?
at the door.
You want to go get it? Or you want me to get it?
Let's go see who's at the door.
I don't know.
Somebody get it. I'm here for dinner.
What's up,
right?
man?
How's it going, man?
Okay, this is Tyler, and maybe you've seen him on our videos before.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
sit down? You want to sit down over here,
Yeah.
maybe? Tyler he rides a Yamaha Tenere, and you've seen him ride with us on several different rides. There's a video called
Brock Gill's a jerk.
"Brought Gill as a Jerk."
I remember that one.
Yeah. A fitting title, I guess.
It's a fitting title.
Yeah. Just
So, yeah, you've seen him on that, and
That's when we're doing the Tyler. What do we call it? The Tyler Devil.
that
was
that's
the
right.
loop.
the loop.
The loop
Yeah.
that he showed us.
So there's a trail system map here called the Dirt Devil, and it's very famous, very popular. A lot of people ride it, but Tyler over here said that's not good enough, and he started exploring
Yeah.
way deep into these areas and came up with a new loop that we are very excited about, and it's called we call it the Tyler Devil, but it's awesome. And
I
so
think it's my favorite.
I gotta tell you how Tyler and I met. This is actually a great story. I had we were riding with I think Brian, who's watching, and Todd, and I think there was somebody else riding with us, but we were out riding out in that area, and I was on my KTM 350,
Yep.
and I had a flat tire. It was the first time I'd ever ridden it, and I had a flat tire, and I just look up, and Tyler and his sister Nicole, who were both riding on their dirt bikes, I see them, and so I went over and was like, "Hey, man, like I'm flat. Is there any way you can help me? Because I didn't bring any tools. I didn't bring tire or tubes, anything." And they were like, "No problem." So Tyler and Nicole, his sister, they went 2-up. She gave me her. She was riding a
It was
T-dub.
the TW200. You rode it, which looked hilarious, by the way, because Rock's a big guy. Yeah.
So I rode her TW200, and I look like a clown on that thing because I'm 6'4" and got a size 14, and so I looked. I mean, it was like a kid's toy. So, but anyway, I didn't know them from Adam, and then we went back, got my truck, got my bike, and everything. But we swapped numbers, and we've been friends ever since. And that was about 4 years ago, probably. And man, probably in 2008, 19, I'm guessing. I don't know. But we have been friends since then. And he has some really cool things going on. Can we tell him about it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is really exciting news.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, will you get get the mug? Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all, we've been talking about this for a long time. And I can't believe that this is now a reality for. Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you.
He's been building a company. This is the coolest thing. Grab a couple more too,
Okay.
but I want to show you what he's building right now. And he's been making these mugs. Look at this. It looks like an oil filter, right? Look at that. But it's a coffee mug. So he has a company that he started called Clutch Gear, and we've been talking about this for years. Matter of fact, a lot of you have been asking.
There's a few others.
A lot of you have been asking about, because you've seen his bike and it said Clutch on it. It was a Yamaha.
Great.
This is literally the first time we've seen this was today. And look at these. These look like oil filters.
Handles the right.
Look at the handles. It's like a wrench, like an oil filter wrench.
It's double wall insulated.
It's double wall insulated. Here, why don't you tell us? Tell us the. Here,
Give the little spiel.
Yeah, give me the.
Yeah, so you know, a lot of people actually ask me when they do see it if it is an actual oil filter, like repurposed.
It looks like it
it's not.
is.
It looks a lot like it, but no, it's all new. So it's double wall insulated. I say it's like a Yeti. I mean, because everyone knows Yeti. So it's basically a Yeti. I mean, keeps your stuff hot and cold. Same technology. It just looks way cooler. So it's automotive inspired. So our goal is to be, just auto, just to everything cool auto, and that's kind of our vibe, and that's what we're into. So we figured, why not make a brand instead of hunting and fishing? And nothing against hunting and fishing, we like hunting and fishing too, but I like riding my bike a lot more than that. So so we figured we make something for those people. So these are our mugs here, and I have a tumbler here, and so this one is actually leak proof, and so you actually click here, and you can drink 360 anywhere out of it.
No way.
Yeah.
You push that.
Yep. Push it
And
there,
that closes it.
and then it closes it, and it's locked.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
So that's the
So
tumbler.
this one's like the KTM orange. So this one's
Yeah.
gonna be for Sean over at Bikes and Beards.
Okay.
He's gonna want that one right there. So Sean, we got one for you.
Yeah. So anyway, we have so we have a couple different sizes here, and we haven't launched yet, but hopefully here all of our first shipment is coming actually in a couple days. It's leaving for stateside. So go to clutchgear.com and put in your emails, and we will let you know the second we launch, and they will be up for grabs, but I think they're going to go quick.
Yeah, they're gonna
we
go quick.
have had a lot of interest, which is good. It's good, but it's been kind of overwhelming.
Well,
too.
someone put the link in the description. What's it called? In the comments. Will you put the?
Yeah.
We'll put the link in the comments.
Yeah.
But it's Clutch Gear.
Clutchgear.com.
Clutchgear.com. So I've been really excited about what he's doing, and man, so this is super cool. And mine's got a little something right there. Little Let's Ride. So got the Rose logo. So sweet. Let's grab some questions. Someone asked about my helmet setup earlier. I could probably do a whole video on that, but I'll give you just the quick answer is I have a really good microphone that I put really close to my mouth and just have it worked into the what's it called? The media mod on my GoPro. So that's how I get good, clean audio. And yeah, right, Mike. The lid on these is brilliant, isn't it? Well, that one does it, right? The tumbler. It's pretty sweet. Thanks, David. Oh, I see David Drabick, who's in the. How many of you saw the video series? Tyler, did you watch the video series with David Drabick? Let me tell you, David rode the Colorado BDR with us recently. He's in here saying hello in the comments right now. So just if you haven't watched the Colorado BDR series that we did, you have to go watch it. It was the craziest thing to watch David Drabick ride it with only one arm. I mean, the dude it's unbelievable.
Want
So
some coffee?
yeah, you can get me some coffee.
Let's
Yeah,
fill
put that
these
in
up.
she's here. I'll let you. Since I'm holding this, I don't want to drop it. I'm filling up some coffee over there. Yes, Dirt Pirate Adventures. He is insanely good. So you got to go watch David Drabick ride the Colorado 5. What's it called? Colorado BDR with us. It was just unbelievable. His story is amazing. If you want to hear more about his story, watch the podcast, which, by the way, we are doing a podcast about once a week. We'll release those on Thursday nights. We're doing a podcast where we're just finding people that have interesting stories to tell, and we're telling those stories. Stories of adventure. And thank you. Hey, Randy. What's up, buddy? Randy's on there.
What's up, Randy?
And yeah, so I don't know if you know it yet, but I'm going to have you for a podcast soon. And I'm going to have you for a podcast soon. Because I got he has some interesting stories to tell. And David, I don't want to say it now, but we got some stuff to talk about. So you'll see these guys soon. I know Matt, the way he rode is just unbelievable. All right, so
Are you talking about the David with the one arm guy?
yeah,
He's on there?
he's on there right
Dude,
here.
How in the world? That's impressive.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
That was so awesome to watch. Like you controlling that bike. I was trying to picture myself riding a bike with one hand, and I thought about actually trying it, and then I was like, no, I'm not gonna try it. Like I don't know how you do that. Very impressive.
Yeah,
Does he use a recluse clutch?
he does. He does. Yeah, it's a recluse. A lot of people have asked about that, but it's a recluse clutch. Which let me explain that. I think we explained it on the podcast, but maybe we did it quick. But the clutch kind of becomes like an automatic clutch, and so he's missing his left arm, so he can't use what would normally be where the clutch would be. But everything else is normal. So the recluse clutch makes it where he can shift, auto magically, and yeah, it's pretty sweet. So. Laura Hill says, I can't ride with two arms.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you just put a recluse on your 500.
I did.
How do you like it?
I love it. I rode it for the first time, whenever the last time it was we all rode, and definitely a game changer. It really makes the bike more comfortable. The shifts were better, and I've used a clutch literally my whole life, so I didn't know if I would like it or not. But it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. But here's what I did. I went off of Taco's recommendation. He said we have him on all our bike, and that was enough for me. And he's been right literally every time on that bike. So whatever he says, it's like the Taco gospel. Whatever he says, I just do it, and it works.
Yeah, yeah. I actually rode a KTM 300 this week, and it had a recluse clutch, and I didn't even realize it until after.
Yeah.
I was clutching like normal.
Well, if it's set up right, you can really do both things.
Yeah,
you really can, and you don't know.
So afterwards, he was like, "So how'd you like the recluse clutch?" I was like, "I didn't even know. I just got on the bike and took off and rode it, and was working the gears like normal." So pretty crazy. I'm gonna answer Dirt Pirate Adventures question, and that is, what is the one place that I have ridden that, if I remember this right, because it's scrolling through, but what's the one place that I've ridden that touched me in a way that I have to go back? I think I have an answer, but Ani, do you have an answer? Is there some? Do you?
No, I was just gonna say answer that.
Okay,
question.
I'll answer it. So, I'll be honest. The place that grabbed my heart and said you have to come back here, I love it so much, was oh man, I'm gonna say it was it was Utah. Utah in general is my favorite place. However, Colorado is it's very, very close second. This year when we were doing the Colorado BDR, we went over Corkscrew Pass became my favorite. Like, that's my favorite pass I've ever done. And David was with me on that, David Drabick, and also Doug and Anthony and Corey. What's Corey's name?
Dogan Doggin.
So they rode with me, and we had the greatest time. So
Someone was asking you if you've been on Black Bear Pass in Colorado.
So someone's asking if I've been on Black Bear Pass. Black Bear Pass is a famous pass that takes you from Highway 550 near like Ouray, Silverton, Colorado, and it takes you over into Telluride. I have done Black Bear Pass, and I'll be honest, for the most part, it was not bad. Like, it was like most of the other passes, like Ophir or Corkscrew or Imogene or one of those. It was pretty similar. It wasn't that intimidating until I got to the famous stairs. It's these step down section with it's like almost a 180 degree turn, like at the bottom of this real steep, these steps, and it 180s like that. And there's a wall here, and then about 5 inches from you on this side is about a 2,000 foot drop. And I will tell you, it'll make you come alive, because it's like, if you feel like you're flirting with death on Black Bear Pass. So whoever asked that, I didn't catch that, but that's a tough one. And it's tough because there's no room for error. I felt like Ophir you're hanging off the edge in a lot of ways, and it's steep and it's rocky and it's difficult, but Black Bear is a whole nother level where maybe it's perception, but I mean, it is straight down drop right next to you, and you cannot mess up. And there's not an easy line. And the problem for me, I was on my bike, the tires were toast this was the end of my trip. So my tires were toast. Like, I couldn't get grip. And so as I'm going down Black Bear, these steps on Black Bear Pass, I'm just not I can't get traction to brake. And I'm like, oh no. And I'm seeing this 180, going to turn like this. And if you go off, if you over, shoot it, I mean, it's certain death. There's just no way around it. I actually hopped off the bike and pitched it into the wall because I couldn't get it stopped. And then took a big deep breath, hopped back on the bike, and then went around it. But it was sketchy. It was so sketchy. So do you have another question over there, Ani? Are you catching some of these?
Audrey Branson is asking, what's your favorite dirt bike trail?
Audrey Branson.
My
Is that
daughter.
name familiar?
One of my daughters.
She's asking, what is my favorite trail that I've ever ridden? I'm gonna say it was probably the White Rim Trail in Utah. That's probably my favorite.
Audrey, we were on a UTV on that trail back in October. The one we rode on the UTV, that was White Rim Trail.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's crazy.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Crazy.
And
I wish I was on a dirt bike.
we're gonna meet out there for all of you that want to come. We're gonna have to cap it. We can't take 1 million people, but we're gonna have a we're gonna meet out there and we're gonna ride the White Rim Trail in September. Is it, Ani? You can find it. Motomission.com. You can find when and where. If you'll register, we'll start to send the details out on where to meet us and what all is going to happen. So it's really going to be great. The hat. Where do you get the hat? Motomission.com has a store. It should have these things, and more things will be coming. So make sure you go over there.
Reese was asking about that.
Oh, Reese was asking.
Yeah.
Did I see any pit bulls? I actually did. It's funny. I see pit bulls often. Like almost every time I ride somewhere, I run into a pit bull, and you just got to be careful out there. I'm thinking about developing some pit bull repellent. Tyler, what do you think about that idea?
I don't think the dog people will like it. My sister had pit bulls, so we're kind of pit bull lovers. Yeah.
Rusty Spiker, what bike did I ride the Black Bear with? I was on the WR 250R on that one. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't want to take a big bike down it. I guess people have. Have you seen big bikes go over Black Bear Pass? I feel like I've heard of them, but
I'm sure somebody has.
Yeah.
if you take a big bike over Black Bear, it's high risk. I'll put it that way. It's high risk. So maybe I'll try it sometime, but I would make sure I have some really good tires. So, okay, we're gonna do some giveaways. Is Bailey? Is she on the?
She's on. Mm-hmm.
Have Bailey go select someone off the email,
Okay.
and let's give away. What should we give away first? How about a T-shirt or
KTM 500.
a KTM 500? Let's give
Can I
away.
register? for
You
that?
can register for that.
Or the Beta. Either one. I mean, they're here. They're right there.
We're gonna give away a lot of stuff, y'all. So make sure you do some emails or put your email in the thing over there. So
At motomission.com.
at motomission.com, just put in your email address. We're gonna start selecting. Bailey, why don't you text Ani right here? Pull a name out of the hat over there on the emails. Let's give something away right now. Let's give away a T-shirt and a hat. How's that? A T-shirt and a hat. David says he'll take that Beta. David Geiger says he wants Chris's Beta. Come over here and get it, man. Come over here.
She says Rick
This is cool.
Christensen.
This is cool.
Rick-
What's the name?
Rick Christensen.
All right, Rick Christensen. We're giving you a hat. We're gonna give you a hat. I'll let you, Bailey. Just email Rick Christensen, right?
Yeah.
And we'll give you a hat. Pull out another name, and we'll give away a T-shirt. And we'll give away some stickers as well. So maybe pull out a few more names,
Okay.
and we'll add some stickers to that as well. And I think we have some other things that we're going to give away too. But let's take some more questions. Actually, did we even? I felt like we had things to talk about with both of you. I don't even remember if we talked. But are you excited to ride the Holy Smokies?
I'm ready. I'm just ready to ride anything.
All right, one of our announcements is this. Tyler, you don't even know this, but we are going to do a camp. It's going to be like a youth camp for adventure riders, for adults. We're going to do a camp where you guys can come out and basically hang out with us and and spend the night for a few days and ride together. Like we're going to do several different types of events. A lot of them are just going to be just what I said, just come ride and hang. And we'll have some food for you and some, food and fire pit. That's kind of how we do it most of the time. Unless it's blazing hot, we won't have the fire pit, but maybe a sprinkler. But we are going to do lots of ride events that will look about like this in different parts of the country. We will meet, we'll just go ride and hang out, and then we'll end the day and meet someplace like for food and fire pit. So it's pretty simple. Just gonna be hanging out with you guys whoever wants to go. Molly, I'm gonna answer that question to you in just a second. Thanks for asking that. But Molly Gunderson just said, "What does Ani do?" But I want to tell you about two things that we're doing as a part of the. There's two special events. One of them is going to be called the Holy Smokies. The other one's going to be called the Great Ride Open. The Holy Smokies is going to be a camp. It's going to be like a Christian camp for those who want like spiritual growth. Come and hang out with us. We'll do some of that stuff in the morning. We're going to ride in the afternoons and then hang out that night. So we're going to do that one in the east. It's called Holy Smokies. It's in the Smoky Mountains. We're going to ride like a lot of like the Smoky Mountain 500 areas. And Tyler, wasn't that fun riding the Smoky Mountain 500?
So awesome.
That's my favorite ride in the east.
Yeah,
It's
epic.
so great. And you can bring a big Tenere 700 like Tyler, or you can bring a small bike like a 250 or a 500 like David, or whatever. And it's a pretty good grip.
You could ride anything there.
Pretty much anything.
I mean, you could
Yeah.
ride a gull wing.
You could.
If you had the right tires, you could ride a gull wing.
Todd, bring your goal ring. Goal wing.
Yeah.
Dude,
Please bring it.
I want to see somebody
I
ride
wanna see
that.
that.
Goal wing.
I want to see that.
I want to see that so bad.
Got a couple more names for you.
Okay, hold on. And then, okay, I'll come back and talk about the Great Ride Open. That will be one
Okay.
I'll explain here in just a moment. Glad you stopped at Strawberry Hill for ice cream last summer on the Scar. It's been a while, but since you jalapeno cheese bread was phenomenal. Wayfarer. Okay, so I'm not recognizing the name. It sounds like you and I met. Strawberry Hill ice cream, the Scar. Yes, I remember that place. It was really, really great. I had so much fun there. That was I forgot when that was, what month that was. You have a couple more you want to give away?
Names, yes. So I have Caitlin McGaw.
Caitlin McGaw.
Yeah.
Let's give a T-shirt.
Okay.
If you want to change it for a hat or something else, that's
Yeah,
fine. Just tell
she can have
Bailey.
that.
But Bailey's gonna email you. What was it? Who is it? Caitlin McGaw.
Caitlin
And who else?
McGaw.
Was there another one?
Yes, Chloe Drabick.
And Chloe Drabick.
I wonder
I wonder if she's related to
David.
David.
I think so.
David. Oh, we got some girls, ladies who are joining in. So we're so happy about that. We love the girls that are riding with us. Your sister Nicole.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She's a really good rider. She rides with us. My friend Margot from France. You've seen her ride with us. She's actually crazy riding now, man. Like racing
Really?
that bike. She's racing her KTM 890.
What?
She's racing like I forgot the names of all the different ones, but like she did like a hare scramble in Florida, I think.
That's cool.
She did one in Georgia or maybe it was Alabama. And then she was practicing for that big desert race out in Nevada when she actually
Yeah.
broke her arm. That's another story. Just kind of a dumb thing, but
Chloe's David's daughter.
Chloe's David's daughter. Okay, Chloe. Well, we got something for you. And Caitlin, I see you. Okay, so I was going to answer what somebody just asked, like, what does Ani do when I'm riding all day? Ani, do you want to answer that? Why don't hop over
Yeah.
here on this side? I want to hop on this. I'm going to give my right arm a break here, so I'm holding the camera.
We should get you something.
Yeah.
So I go on my own adventures. I have a Glacier National Park shirt on. National parks are like my favorite. So if I'm anywhere close to a national park, I'm going to go there. But I also like, I go and get supplies, and I find where we're going to stay the next night, because I usually try to, and I find what we're going to do when we meet up. So I just kind of do some recon. I go where we're going to meet that night, and I do some recon and tell him where to come, right?
Yeah, basically, I oftentimes get on the bike and take off riding, and a lot of times there's not like a towns in between, so it's like I fill up in the morning and just have to get there, and it's always almost all on dirt, as you've seen. And then she's going to take highways and get to a place, but then
Right.
what happens is she'll text me like a spot on the map where I'm to meet her. So a lot of times I don't even know where I'm going. So when I take off in the mornings, if I've sometimes I'm kind of like, where am I going? It's because I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. I usually don't even know the name of the city or whatever, but she usually is
do.
finding a place. She knows, yeah. But she'll usually go and find us a place to stay. Sometimes it's random and it's like or spontaneous, I should say. And it's just like she just finds a place and it's some random RV park or just a place to stay, like in the woods somewhere.
Yeah.
And sometimes she has reservations, and then so sometimes I kind of know and sometimes I don't. So, but she's always finding her own adventures along the way.
Yeah.
She loves to read. She loves to do art, those kinds of things. So she's doing that whenever she gets there early, and she's waiting for me. If it's taking a while, that's what she's doing. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You'd be lost without her.
I'd be lost without her. So
Literally.
oh my gosh,
Lost,
I mean.
dead,
Lost.
all of the above.
Yeah, and to your point, like when we were touring, we would do 100 to 125 shows in a year, and usually in about between 7 and 9 different countries. And trying to keep up with all that was just like I was like, I don't even know. I don't keep up with it. But Ani was always checking that calendar, knowing where we were supposed to go, and so that's how I don't know. It just became normal for me to not know where I'm going. And when we were on bus tours, I would literally wake up in a city and not even know what the city was called, because you sleep overnight on a bus and then you just wake up and you go on stage the next day not even knowing. They would actually, this is a true story, but Will, I don't know if you're still on here, you can maybe speak to this, but the the floor of the stage, they would oftentimes write the name of the city on the floor of the stage, like at the steps where you walk up to get on stage, because we would forget like what city we were in, because these concrete arenas all looked the same. So anyway, I guess I'm kind of used to like not knowing what's going on. What's the tat on your finger? That is A. Ani, her name starts with an A. So instead of a ring, I went permanent and put her initial on my hand. And it's honestly what the best thing ever. I mean, I'm obviously super happily married, and she's amazing. She's the best woman I could ever ask for. But wearing a ring and riding a motorcycle always bothered me. It always got in the way. Shooting guns, riding motorcycles, and some other things. It was always in my way. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put ink on there and never have to worry about it. David, what do you think? Ink?
Yeah,
Good
And
idea.
I'm doing-
I got a diamond.
I've got to do it too.
I got a diamond. Yeah.
I don't ever wear my ring except for church on Sundays and date nights when I remember, because what I do for a living, I use my hands, and same with riding dirt bikes. Like it can be dangerous. So
Speaking of, tell them what you do for a living.
All right, let's talk about what David does for a living. You can talk as much as you want to about this, because I'm fascinated about your job. But so David owns a company called DBR. I just want you to just tell them a little bit about who you are.
I guess the simplest way to put it is we take production cars like a Hellcat, a Corvette, Camaro, and we make them faster. That could be some bolt-on parts like exhaust or an intake, or that could be a custom twin turbo kit, supercharger. So that's our niche, is the car that you can drive every day and it makes, 1,000 horsepower or whatever it is. So that's what I do.
He'll fool you. Can I tell one story?
I know what the story is, I think. The Coke story?
Gosh, yes.
Yeah. Or tea? Yeah.
I kind of wanted to save this story from whenever we're doing like a podcast, but I think we'll retell it because it's worth it.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, he has a what is it? It's a Jeep Cherokee.
Grand Cherokee.
He has a Jeep Grand Cherokee. What year model is it?
07 SRT8.
It's a normal looking like car that you would see in the suburbs, right?
Yeah.
A Jeep Cherokee, Jeep Grand Cherokee. We go to lunch. We go back to his office. He has a parking lot. It's just there's no one in the parking lot except for his. It's just his business. We get at the edge of the parking lot, and how long is your parking lot?
300 foot, give or take. Something like that.
About 300 feet, okay? So it's not a huge parking lot. We back up to the edge, and he looks at me, and I promise you, I'm sitting there, I'm holding a glass of tea like this, just kind of chilling, just whatever, my glass of tea, and he looks at me and he goes, "You're going to spill your tea." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I realized, oh, he's about to like go fast in the car.
It had a lid on it, like it was a to-go cup from wherever we ate lunch, right?
It was
that's what
it was a to-go cup. It was a big styrofoam cup, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it had a lid or not, but I put my hand over the top of it, like I did this. Put my hand over the top of it, and was like, "Okay, I'm ready." I was like, "I'm not gonna spill my tea. Like I'm not a child. Like whatever, Dude, he punched it, and we went how fast?
It does 0 to 60 in like 1.9 on the street.
What? That's crazy.
0 to 60 and 1.9. The tea was sucked out of the glass. My head was stuck to the back of the seat. Tea went all over
You know what?
the
what's
car.
funny is I knew it was going to make a mess, but I knew it's going to be worth it. Like it can be cleaned. So yeah, that's funny.
I could not believe it. Like, was it? How does it do that? It's like
1,500 horsepower and all-wheel drive, and it just works.
But I mean, like, how does it suck the tea out of my glass? Someone who's smarter than me can probably figure this out. But I mean, it was going so fast.
I have a thought.
Oh, what you got?
So it's Tyler's first time here to our house.
Okay, we have a
what
big
that
surprise
means?
right now. We just figured out that Tyler, this is his first time to come to my house. And if it's your first time to come to my house,
Initiation.
something has to happen.
Yeah.
He may not be happy about this, but we're doing it anyway. Y'all, I'm going to show you what we're about to do. Tyler has no idea. Look how nervous he's getting over there. But you see what I have right over here over my shoulder? Can you tell what I have?
Oh man.
Here, get it out. But David, help him, because you know what to do. David's done it before.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a bed of nails.
Yep.
And Tyler,
Here.
you're going to lay on the bed of nails.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yep.
All right, so here's our bed of nails that
You gotta
we...
take off your jacket, though.
Yeah, you got to take off your jacket, take off your
Is the
layer.
shirt okay?
Yeah, I mean,
I
take
would
it
just
off.
go with your t-shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Let me see that t-shirt though.
yeah.
I want one.
there we
I
go.
want one of those t-shirts. That's cool.
Okay.
Okay, dude. So she's gonna show you how to do it. And
Okay.
you just don't want to fall
Okay.
on it.
All right.
Right. So you're gonna. I love it actually. You're gonna just crab crawl, kind of like
Okay.
this,
Yep.
and then you just lay back like this,
And you just relax.
and then you go to sleep.
Is this how you sleep every night?
This is it.
This is what you do. So.
So you just do
Yeah.
this until you're ready.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Yep.
Now, how many injuries have there been?
There have been
I got
injuries.
7 stitches when I
Yeah, exactly.
There has
No.
there has
8
been
stitches
some
the next time.
there has been some stitches. She's just chilling. I'm gonna answer a question while you're chilling.
Okay.
The pie in Pie Town is what someone's asking right now. If you haven't watched the latest episode, go watch the latest episode of me. I actually crashed in that episode. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I crashed on that episode, and it was, whew.
Oh, so I'm not the only one that crashed.
You're not
You
the
just
only
made it
one.
Public.
I just that pie at Pie Town was legit. It was so amazing. So, are you just gonna take a nap down there?
Cool.
You have 2 shirts on, so that
Well,
definitely
I don't have
helps.
2 shirts on, but it is a sweatshirt, so it
Okay.
is thicker. Okay.
Annie's just showing off over
We
there.
can-
She's
we
just
can
like
come up.
laying on the bed of nails
You
over
ready?
here.
Okay, they're gonna pull me up, bro.
Okay, they're gonna pull her up.
What do you
This is
think?
how we.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Are you
got it.
ready?
just,
I'm ready.
Have you ever done this before?
No.
Yeah, so just kind of crab crawl.
Yeah, I
That's
see
the-
one. I see
All
one
of my
more.
friends are so adventurous.
There you go.
This
right
is
there.
like,
That's
Okay.
good.
yeah.
You just wanna. Yep. Okay.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Actually, it kind of feels nice in a way.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
But it's
yeah.
prickly. It's for real.
It is. Oh yeah.
It's kind of
no,
like a.
it's yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to sit on it for too long, but supposedly this is good for circulation. They say, right? I heard that. I'm pretty sure.
Right?
All right, now the next step is I sit.
Yeah, the
there.
doctor said.
Oh man, now that I don't think I could do that. That would hurt.
Hey, would you get on the bed of nails if you were here? I want to know in the comments, like how adventurous are you? Would you join us on the bed of nails? Dirt Pirate Adventure says he would. Moto Rambling says he would. David Drabeck says he would do a 9-inch nail bed. I see what you did there. Fathead Todd says it looks dangerous. I'm shocked that he said that.
You tell us when you're
Laura Hill, girl, come on.
So what's the key?
She says absolutely no fear.
Is it better to have you guys help me? Like,
Yeah,
what do you do?
we'll.
I think Tyler might be done. So, Tyler, if you're done, you just raise your hands and they'll pick you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Luke says he
1, 2,
would.
3. Okay, so
Cool.
show it, Brock. Show it, and I want everybody to guess how many nails are on this. You made this bed of nails.
How
You
long
and a
ago did I make
friend.
This bed of nails.
When was that? Was that 09, Brock? 09.
I made this bed of nails at a Hampton Inn hotel in
Georgia in 09.
St. Simon's Island, Georgia, because we were bored and thought, let's make a bed of nails. it took us
'Cause why
all
not?
day to hammer these nails in there. We're gonna give away a. Oh, you know what, Bailey? Do we have? We have a special gift. Okay, we're gonna do a contest right now. If you can guess how many nails are on this bed of nails.
Yeah.
If you can guess, the person that with the closest guess, I'm going to give away a Moto Mission Let's Ride knife.
Oh, yeah. It's good.
That's appropriate, don't you think?
Yeah.
We're going to give away a
It's
knife.
appropriate. Somebody says 395. Dirt Pirates Adventure says 395. Motor Rambling says 2,222. Todd says 775. Matthew McGall says 545. Terry says 348.
All right, I'm going to let you guys keep guessing for a few minutes, and then we're gonna give away a knife. So, some of these are pretty close. We might want to recount to make sure we're accurate. I think I remember, but you might want to recount just to
Yeah.
make sure, because some of these are real close.
There's a bunch coming in, yeah.
If you haven't seen the Moto Mission Let's Ride knife, go over to motomission.com and look at the store, and you'll see the knives over there. If you want some stuff and you are interested in some of these things, like we don't know what people want, just send us an email like, hey, we like this kind of stuff, like hats or t-shirts or long sleeves or whatever. Like we just kind of want to hear from you. We sometimes are just like guessing on what people might want, but we want to hear from you. So I'm gonna let them keep guessing, and then Bailey,
thank you.
make sure you keep a good eye on all of these numbers that are coming through. And then we'll do a giveaway here in just a couple minutes. Just let them continue to to guess for just like maybe another 60 seconds or so, and then we'll pick a winner. Ani, do you remember the exact number? Do the math real quick. I'm blank. I'm like pretty close, but I don't know exactly what the number is. So David and Tyler, I was gonna say I started this earlier and didn't finish, but my favorite ride on the East Coast is the Smoky Mountain 500, and so you guys come and ride with us on that. And if we end up having too many people, we'll do it twice. We'll do 2 weekends. And someone was asking earlier where we are going to stay. We are working on a deal right now to get some cabins for at least one of the nights. We think maybe 2 nights. We also have a couple of other places that we're kind of looking into. So we actually have to do a little bit more homework to figure out exactly where we're staying. We also were trying to figure out how many people want to go with us before we make our arrangements. So
It's a good ride.
it's a great ride.
And any experience. I'm trying to remember. There wasn't anything there that. Can you remember anything that was like, you couldn't do this unless you had tons of experience? I don't remember anything too difficult.
No, not
Like
really.
just about any experience level could ride it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
there's
course, we weren't going fast. We weren't trying to like race, and we were just having a good time. There's a few times we blasted, but stop and wait up. But I don't remember anything too technical or too difficult.
yeah, it was there's a couple spots that are technical-ish, but
Where was that?
but nothing's gonna really, really hurt you.
Yeah, there was the place we went where I was like, what was that? The last day where there was all the jeeps and all the jumps. That was technical. But if you went slow and took it easy, it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
But it's a good ride.
Just
Beautiful.
want to make sure that you have brakes.
Yeah.
Tyler did it without brakes.
Well, rear brakes.
Tyler had a brake malfunction. We're not sure. We haven't totally diagnosed it, but we think maybe we're onto something. I don't know.
There's actually some good stories on that trip now that I think about it. About Tyler, the brakes, the fan club.
Yeah, you mean the guy?
At the guy at the
Yeah,
hotel.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
do you remember that story?
oh my gosh! I gotta tell this story. Hold my coffee. Oh my gosh, I forgot that story,
That's a
and
good
we kind of didn't put it all in.
Yeah.
in the Okay, here's the story. We go. Whit Road. We go. I forgot where we were. We were somewhere in Georgia. We were in our hotel rooms. Tyler decides he's going to go out into the parking lot and you're going to the store.
I think
going
I
to
was
the,
going to the store right
Yeah.
there, yeah.
He goes outside. There is a dude sitting on his motorcycle doing a photo shoot, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
He's literally out there. There's a guy sitting on the motorcycle and he's got people taking his picture. And he's just like, which is like, I mean, you just don't do that. You don't sit on another man's motorcycle.
Especially kind of like a tall, like big bike. Like I'd be scared to do that with someone's bike like that.
And we were parked right at the front door under the
awning.
where you pull up and drop off your luggage.
So he comes back in and he starts telling me about this. And I'm like, what? Who? And he was like, I don't know. It's some dude. And he was like, he might work here. I was like, no. So I go to the front desk and I found the guy.
Yeah.
He was the desk clerk. He actually worked at the hotel and he's sitting on Tyler's motorcycle. And I was like, were you sitting on a motorcycle?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. Okay. I was like, were you taking pictures or something?
Yeah,
He was like,
asked him, you said, wait, do you have any pictures of motorcycles on your phone? Like, such a weird question. Like, he's like, yeah? Like,
the dude gave me the pictures. He had somebody taking his picture. And here's the deal. So to be completely, just to be honest and like to tell the full story, here's what I think happened. The guy was from another country. And I think that he just didn't realize that you shouldn't do that here, right? I think
he didn't know that.
Yeah. He was a super nice guy. I actually hung out with him for a while. He was super kind. He was very great. he had no idea that that was like a cultural faux pas. But he came from a country where I think you just get on whatever motorcycles around and ride it, and like it's community motorcycles. I don't know, but here motorcycles are more like family members, so you gotta treat them with a lot of respect. So hilarious.
That was good.
That was pretty
Hilarious. So we called it the fan club. We saw a lot of snakes on that trip. There was a copperhead sitting right next to you, right?
Yeah, I stepped right over it.
You stepped over a copperhead.
Yeah.
And then we
I
saw.
don't even know how I saw it. Honestly, I thought I heard like a hiss or something, which I don't even know if it did it. And maybe it was like God saving me or something. But like I thought I heard something, and I literally was looking down and I did not see anything. And then it took me like maybe 20 seconds, and then finally it was right there, like right there by my feet. So it didn't bite me.
It was about like a 3-foot long copperhead, and it was right by that river, right where you crashed. Actually,
Yep.
we were kind of like taking care of you, like checking your bruises and stuff because you hit pretty hard. And then next thing you know, he's like, "Oh my gosh, there's a snake," and it was right at his foot. And then 2 more times we saw rattlesnakes, big rattlesnake, and then we saw some other snakes. But that was really fun. I didn't know about the. Smoky Mountain 1000 until recently. Someone told me about it, but I actually, to be honest, have not looked into it. I'm answering questions here, but I had no idea. I did not know anything about it. Let's give away. Let's
Okay.
give away some a
So-
prize.
So somebody got it exactly, but she has actually been on this bed of nails.
Someone got it exactly. Who got
It's
it?
Audrey. Because we've done this.
Audrey had it exactly.
Yeah, but I think because we've done this with her before.
Okay.
Audrey's done it. My Audrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done it.
All right. Well,
She's trying to cheat.
okay.
She's trying to cheat, isn't she?
We'll give her a prize,
give
but
her a
we'll
prize,
we'll
but
also give someone else a
It's
prize.
Dirt Pirate Adventures. He said
Dirt
Dirt Pirate Adventures.
Dirt Pirate Adventures is the closest. What did he say?
He said 1120.
He said 1120, and the actual number of nails in the bed of nails is 1152.
Yeah.
There's 1152 nails in this bed of nails. And if you think, oh, they're not sharp, put your hand on it. It's very sharp. So they will make you bleed if you don't do it correctly. So anybody want to join me on the bed of nails, just come on over. You're all invited. And let's see. Can I go and see who the... Oh,
Tell Dirt Pirate Adventures to give us his email.
Dirt Pirate, send us your
Email.
email. Make sure that we have that. And just... You've probably already put it in, but just send it to me, Brock at motomission.com, and then I'll make sure Bailey gets it
That's good.
in case, yeah. Joe, hey buddy. Joe, you're about to see in a couple weeks. I meet Joe. He's on here right now. He's got his own YouTube channel. You'll see him in the comments, but you're about to see him here in a couple of weeks. He and I ended up meeting in Colorado as I was riding the Continental Divide. So the current video series is me riding from Mexico to Canada. I'm attempting to go from Mexico all the way to Canada on dirt roads. It's called the Great Continental Divide. It was a tough one, and lots of drama. So make sure you're watching those videos, and it's pretty it's a pretty incredible experience. But I meet Joe along the way. We were at Sargent's, right, in Tamichi Creek,
Yeah.
Colorado. Pulled into a campsite, and Joe walks over and goes, "Hey, I recognize that bike," and he introduced himself, and so we started hanging out, and spent that night hanging out. Campfire, food, next morning, breakfast, right? And then we took off and rode together the next day. So Joe and I have been good friends since. We've been hanging out quite a bit. So good to see you, Joe. That's what we love to do. Like, I love meeting people, and then just like the relationships that are built along the roads out there. It's just really, really wonderful. So, hey, Brad, and then David again. Rusty Spiker, how are you, buddy? All right. So what other announcements do we have over here? I have a list over here, Ani. What do we have going on over here? I told them about the merch. It's on the.
You were gonna tell them about Moab Moto Camp.
That's right. So I told you earlier we're going to do a couple of camps. Two of them are going to be Christian camps. One of them is going to be in the east. One of them is going to be in the west. The east is the Holy Smokies. The one in the west is going to be called the Great Ride Open, and we're going to meet in near Moab, and we're going to meet there and hang out at a place called Three Step Hideaway. And Scott and Julie, who own that place, are being good to us and are going to welcome us to come and stay there. We can camp there and hang out for a while, have food, fire, whatever. And then we're going to leave. We're going to go ride around the Moab area. And my favorite part will be riding. Are we doing this overnight? I can't remember. We're going to do an overnight?
Yep.
We're going to do an overnight ride into the White Rim Canyon. It's one of the most special places in America. It's one of the most incredible places I've ever been. And we're going to go, and if you want to follow along or meet us out there or whatever, we're just going to go and we'll get some permits. We'll find a campsite, and we'll go out there and camp, spend the night, and then just keep on riding back. So it's going to be, oh man, it's going to be awesome. It is one of my favorite places. So the Great Ride Open, the dates are on motomission.com. But what are the dates on? Is it September? September something. You can find it. It's motomission.com, and look for the Great Ride Open. So, yeah, amazing things. You've heard some amazing things about Three Step. Yeah, it's a great place to stay. You guys haven't been out there. Have you been to you've been to Moab? Have you been to Moab?
No,
is what I was asking.
I have not.
I haven't been to Moab on a dirt bike though.
Yeah. You gotta go, man.
I want to go bad.
It's absolutely incredible. I want to say just a quick shout out to some of the people that have kind of been helping us. There have been different people who have kind of helped us in different ways, just whether they've given us gear or they've helped us in just various ways. Some on this scale and some on this scale. There's a lot of people out there that are helping us make some of this work. But Green Chili Adventure Gear, we've been bringing some of their systems into, or adding some of their gear into our systems lately, and it's really been paying off. Some of their straps and things. If you saw the crash that happened to me on the day 2, I guess, episode 2 of the Continental Divide, a lot of people was like, "Oh, I'm glad you weren't going very fast. It looked like you were uninjured." I'll be honest, I played it off. I hit the ground at 30 miles an hour, and I'm telling you, it was hurting. I hit the ground hard, and I didn't know if I was going to get out of there. I was in the middle of nowhere by myself, but I had this Green Chili Adventure Gear strap that they made for me. They made for my bike. So thank you, Adam. I was able to grab that bike and lift it up under the worst conditions possible. I'm not gonna say injured because I didn't have anything broken, but I felt injured. So slippery. And if you watch the video, you see I couldn't even walk. It was so slippery. It was like ice. And then I didn't know if I was gonna get the bike up off the ground, but because I had that strap, it got me back on the road and out of there. It was serious though. So thank you, Green Chili Adventure Gear. Go check them out, man. They've just been really good to us, and they've made us different things that we needed for the bikes, and it's just been really good. So multiple bikes, we have multiple different things that we're kind of adding and having to kind of borrow from here and put on there and that sort of thing, and they've just been really good to us. Moto, they've been great as well. You've been loving their gear, so thanks to Moto.
Just good people. They actually care.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, it's our business, we got to make a living. Like, they actually have a passion.
Yeah. And they don't pay us to say these things. I'm just telling you, like, being honest, like they've just been really good to us. And so you see David's posts. What's your Instagram? Do you want people to know?
Turd Ferguson. Yeah, it's just for dirt bikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So his dirt bike Instagram is Turd Ferguson KTM.
It's a funny name.
It's a funny name. So if you like the old Saturday Night Live sketch, that's you're not on Instagram, are you?
I am, but I never use it.
Okay.
Like I never use it.
Okay. But you'll see him posting about our adventures on obviously kind of showing a lot of love to Taco for all the help that he has. Let me read a comment here. Yeah, Sean. He works on cars and he works on even goofy guys' cars. Worst crash I've had was doing the hair scramble race and took a digger into a bed of rocks. That's gnarly, dude. That's no good. Brad, you're a medic, and yes, we need you. we need your knowledge. Brad Welch is a EMT, a medic, among other things, an adventure rider, and Brad just rode with us.
Oh, Brad.
Brad rode with
Yeah,
us.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, and he fixed dinner for us the other night, which was super kind. And he didn't ride with us but he rode with us like 3 weeks ago with a broken foot. He didn't even know. He was hurting, but he had a broken foot and was riding with a broken foot. And then goes home and goes, maybe I should get this X-rayed. And he gets X-rayed, and yeah, of course, he's got
That's
a broken
like
foot.
the mechanic that has the broken car. The guy with the broken foot. He should know, right?
Yeah, exactly. But he goes home, gets it X-rayed, gets it all like a boot, and then he comes the next weekend to our Friday. That's Friday ride day. And he comes out and he brings food for us. So thank you, Brad. You're amazing. So thanks for doing that. Someone's asking about communication system that I use. I'm glad you asked because I need to also thank them. I run Cardo. I've been running Cardo for a few years now. We started using it for our TV show. Moto Mission is also a TV show that we've done for, I don't know, 3 years now. And we were running those out of necessity to talk with the director and talk with the guest host that I have with me riding. And so those were really good and great audio quality. And then they came out with their new version, the Edge. Oh my gosh, we love them. It's a little magnetic device and you just stick it on your helmet. And it just sounds so good. And they work really well. And we're really, really happy about that. Yeah, so Cardo Systems. And if you use the code Let's Ride at Cardo Systems, you'll get a discount. And right now, I think it's 10% off. That discount is always in fluctuation, but it's always going to be at least 10% off. Use Let's Ride, and if you do that, it helps us. That's how we'll make a little bit of money off of that. And I would tell you to use Cardo, no matter what, because I think that they are just a fantastic system. So I'm a huge fan. It's really easy. Do you like them?
It's easy. Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Cardo?
Oh yeah, game changer.
Well, tell me why it's a game changer.
I mean, there's so many reasons. I mean, like, when you're on a bike, all the cool things you see and smell. I mean, everything on a bike. Like, you're smelling stuff, you're seeing stuff. And normally, when you're by yourself, it's just kind of like, you can't say anything. But the fact that you can literally be like, yo, did you see that? Or even like, oh, there's a car coming. Or so, honestly, they're safer. They're just more fun to be able to talk to people.
Well, sometimes we get into some really good conversations.
Good talks, even, yeah.
Like, we're out beating on these dirt bikes and we're talking about parenting or talking about had a rough day at work or whatever it is. It's nice to connect that way. But what you were saying about the safety, the Smoky Mountain 500, when you would say, hey, car coming.
Yeah.
Or there's a van up ahead on this trail. Remember the van?
Yeah.
What was with
some
the van?
random?
I mean, truly, after riding with them and then not having it, it actually seems really stupid not having it.
Yeah, I agree.
After you have it, you're like, I can't ride without it. It seems
If we ride as a group, we really want our riders to have Cardos on, and it's a safety thing, to be honest. Like, there's been times where there's been a part fall off of a bike or something. Like, Stone and I were riding one time, and my bag fell off. I think it broke a strap or something, and the bag started fall. Maybe the bag fell off, and he was able to kind of tell me, "Hey, you're losing a bag or whatever." All sorts of. I have so many stories like that. We were going kind of fast one time on this. I think it was with you guys, Smoky Mountain 500. We went around this corner, and there was a log in the road, and I could tell everybody behind us, hey, get to the left, because when you go around, there's a log, and if you hit that, you're going to crash. There was also a big hole, like a sinkhole in the road one time, where the middle, like the main line, literally, like if you hit that hole, it's just like I don't know, it went to the abyss.
That was on I remember that on our trip.
Yeah. So I was able to tell you guys, hey, watch that hole, like go to the left, and it's just a really big thing for safety. And so if you want to come out and ride with us, I just highly recommend getting the Cardo systems. We'll link everybody in, and everybody can talk.
Maybe we can go in here and just look at the merch and give something else away.
Yeah, comms are a game changer. Yeah, I can see everybody kind of echoing that. James Presley, how many riders can be on at one time? Hey, do you guys know how many riders can be on at one time on Cardo? It's like 15 or something, isn't it?
Do y'all know how many riders can be on?
I might have to get back to you on that, James Presley, because I think there's a limit, but it's a big,
It's a lot, yeah, we're
it's a
not
lot.
sure.
I've never maxed it out, and our groups of 12, 13 have never maxed it out. And it's great. And when you get a big group, you kind of start knowing like don't everybody start just talking random things, because it'll just become cluttered. So everybody is like usually smart enough to go, all right, we're not going to just talk about everything. We're just, if there's too many. But if there's 2 or 4 of us, like it's really fun to really fun to add. All right, so
Which one what do you want to give away right now?
I would like to hear from you. It's almost like a poll in the moment right now. Will you hold these up?
Yeah.
Which one of these do you like the most?
Do you want to do shirts or hats?
Do the hats.
Okay.
Which one of these do you like the most? There's like a heather and black, so like a gray
Moto
and black
Mission.
Moto Mission. That one's called heather and black. We've got this one that's super dirty because I've been
This is
riding
what
it.
he's been riding with.
This is the heather and black Let's Ride hat.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to hear from you in the comments. This one's like all white, but it's hard to see. This is like a gold.
Yeah.
A gold
Let's Ride.
embroidered gold, and it says "Let's Ride."
And then this is same colors, but it's Moto Mission.
Same color,
Yeah.
but it says Moto Mission.
Yeah.
That hat looks good on you.
And then here's your
And then the one that I've used like
a lot.
forever is the cork hat. Yep, looks like cork. It's cork. It feels like
Yeah,
cork.
it is.
Which one do you like? And we're going to send one to you right now. So I know that you've been giving us your email address over at motomission.com, and we're thankful for that. We're doing that so that we can communicate with you about updates, ride events, and just things that are just really on topic, on point right now. And not like, we have a lot going on. So we're just going to kind of focus on adventure motorcycle riding content. And so if you want to interact with us with that and you hear some of those updates, give us your email address. Also, we're going to send out one of those hats right now. So what, the black Let's Ride hat is what a lot of people are saying. Somebody likes the super dirty Let's Ride hat. That's Mike Bennett. Is that Mike? Are you Brad's brother? I want to make sure, because I don't want to say the wrong thing here. I think that's Brad's brother. Which, if it is, I don't think. Yeah, this is Brad's brother.
Okay, I got it. Nice.
We haven't met, I don't think, in person yet, but I'm going to see you soon at Anaheim 1. We're going to be out there. We're getting seats together, aren't we? We're gonna go to the races together. Okay, so am I going to pronounce this right? Let me make sure I read this right. Anthony Kywell. Anthony Kywell. We're going to give you a. I'm hearing a lot of people say the man, I don't know. It's kind of, I saw a few black Let's Ride hats in a row, but I'm also seeing a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to go with the Let's Ride hat.
Okay.
It's black with heather, or black and charcoal, dirty. Do you want the dirty one?
No. Let's save you that.
We'll give you a fresh one.
That's been
We'll give you a fresh one.
on the Continental Divide.
So Anthony, we'll send that to you. Are we giving away any ox blood gloves?
I've got another name for
Todd, that would be amazing. But you have to go to bikesandbeardsgear.com to get those ox blood gloves. I put my hands on those gloves the other day over at Sean's shop, and there's some pretty sweet gloves. We're gonna give away something
I
else?
got another name. Yeah.
We're gonna give away something else, but before we do, I want to tell you about this guy right here. Let me make sure you can see it really well. How's that? I think there's no glare if I do it. This right here, here where I live in Columbia, Tennessee, it's just outside of Nashville. This guy right here, Bowser Frakes, was a stunt artist, a stunt man, and what he did, he lived here in Columbia. What he did was he would fly airplanes at state fairs, at exhibitions, at whatever, all right, with these big stadium events or fairs where all these people, he would fly the plane in and purposefully crash the plane as a stunt. Sometimes he would crash into a barn. Sometimes he would just hit the ground and just tumble out. The guy was nuts. Bowser Frakes, he did it 99 times, and then he retired. He stopped doing it. But he owned a business and he owned a building right downtown where we live here in Columbia. It's the coolest little place. And they found some old pictures of him, and I had to have it because I love this guy's story. I love how just crazy he was and what he did for entertainment for the crowd. And I obviously can relate to him and the fact that we have done stunts and things for so many years as a stunt artist and illusionist and all the other things I did. I'm just a huge fan. So Bowser Frakes, everybody, and then yeah, in the early to mid 1900s, that guy was pretty legit. So, all right, what did I miss here? And we thought, yeah, I know that guy's super full crazy right there. So, yeah, he's like an Evel Knievel, but with an airplane. That's unbelievable. So, and I think he had like a little dog with him in there a lot of times. So, yeah, Mike, I thought that was you. Anaheim 1, I'm going to be sitting next to you at the Supercross race. So I'm going to Anaheim 1 for Supercross. Hey, is there any other Supercross fans out there? Or my question is, do you watch Supercross races? Are you a fan? And if so, would you like to be on a fantasy team with me? We're going to do a Moto Mission fantasy Supercross team. What's it called? Like a competition?
Yeah.
We're going to start that in January. As soon as they give us the announcement and we can start the signups, I'm going to kind of blast that out to everybody. If you want to be a part of that, let us know. The winner of that little fantasy league is going to get some prizes. Is what?
Gets the 500.
Gets the 500.
Yeah.
Which 500? Yours. Oh, the one in your garage. All right, so we're gonna give away some more prizes. So, did we give away that prize?
Name.
All right, we have a name. I forgot what are we giving away right now?
What do you want to give?
What should we give away?
Did you do the Experience Adventure shirt yet?
No, we'll give one of those away right now.
I love that shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're gonna give the Black Experience Adventure shirt away right now. And we have a name.
Laura Hill.
Laura Hill.
Yeah.
Laura, you made me laugh earlier, so now we're giving you a t-shirt. It's the Experience Adventure t-shirt. So you'll be contacted by Bailey, and you guys can swap info, and she'll send that out to you with your size and everything. So, yeah, Brian, we're going to do it, bro. The Moto Mission Supercross Fantasy. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have each week we'll just we'll probably start like a text thread or something, and we'll just be texting on, I don't know, trash talking about the series. And if you don't know it, I am a huge fan of Supercross. Who else is?
Yeah, me. Definitely me.
Me. I'm big time.
That girl
I'm
over
the
there.
number one fan.
That girl over there loves some Supercross racing. So we've been doing fantasy leagues with different people for a while, but we're gonna do one. We're gonna do one for this 24 season. It's gonna be an epic season. Does anyone have any predictions on who is going to win the first round, Anaheim 1? I'm gonna throw my prediction out there. You ready for this? I have a bold prediction that is going to be very controversial, and not everyone is going to like it. I want to hear your predictions first. Deegan's going to be the one to watch in the near future. I agree with that. I
Yeah.
think Deegan's going to be pretty great. He's still in the 250s, but before I give my prediction away, before I say who I think could win Anaheim 1, I've got one more story to tell about something that's happening at Anaheim 1 this year. There's an old racer. His name is Billy Laninovich. He's 40 years old. I've been trying to keep this secret for a while, but I think as of like a week ago, I'm allowed to talk about this. But Billy Laninovich, 40 years old, is signed to ride for Team Faith. He's going to be riding a 250 on the West Coast. He's racing Anaheim 1. If he makes it into the main show, he will be the first 40-year-old rider, I think, in history, because it's crazy. Like, you have to be like the best athlete on the planet to be able to ride these things at that intensity. People don't realize, but their heart rates on that level are over 200 beats per minute, and they're doing that the entire moto, and it is just, it's insane. So, can you imagine? A 40-year-old guy racing
Crazy.
Supercross.
Crazy.
It's wild. So, do you think he's going to make the night show?
I hope so.
I want to see it so bad.
Yep.
I'm probably more excited about that than seeing Jet Lawrence come and race 450s.
Is that your pick for the win?
It's hard not to pick him. Let's be honest.
It's hard not to pit Jet Lawrence, but if it's not going to be Jet Lawrence that wins Anaheim 1, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say Ken Roczen.
That's a good pick because for the first race, a lot of times it's somebody different.
You know what's fun about Supercross is you could pick 6 or 7 people, and it's like, oh yeah, he could do it too.
Yeah,
It's so competitive.
it is.
Except Jet kind of seems to just trump and dominate. But other than him, there's so many guys that could do it.
Yeah.
So many guys. But Jet can he's still young. He can make an amateur mistake, just an experience mistake. And then, we've all seen him do that. And then, of course, he catches up in a couple laps and still wins. But he is fun to watch.
Jet doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He doesn't act like an amateur, but Jet could do it. His brother could do it. To be honest, what I saw he raced Paris, and what I saw out of him, his brother could do it. And I see somebody already going there. Chase Sexton. He's
He's a tough one.
a dude can ride a motorcycle. I'd like to see him win a bunch of races. All right, I've got a couple more announcements. Let me get to this. We're gonna start something new, and I've been talking to David about this. Tyler, I don't think I've told you yet, but we're gonna try something. We're gonna try something new. We've been meeting a lot of people, and a lot of people have been indicating that they want this, and so we have been kind of whispering it and talking about it, and it sounds like we have something. So we're going to pull the trigger after the first of the year. We're going to get through the holiday first, but after the first, we're going to start a thing called Moto Church. It's simple as this. On Wednesday nights, 8:30 Central Time, from 8:30 to 9 o'clock Central Time, we're going to do a 30-minute online Zoom Bible study where people just get in a room, like a Zoom room, and we hang out for about a half an hour. And I'm going to kind of go over some things because people have been wanting to know how to have more spiritual growth. I'm going to give some ideas and kind of lead that for a bit. If you want to know how to read, how to interpret, how to apply the scriptures, I'm going to show you. I'm going to go through a little bit of a system, and I'm going to show you that. So it's going to be right after the first year. So if you want to be a part of that, go to motomission.com, and you will see a thing on there called Moto Church, and just click on that and kind of go through the cues there, and we'll get you started. All right. What else do you have, Ani? We've talked about Moto Church. We've talked about Moto Camp.
Did you talk about Cold Start?
We talked about Cold Start. Come ride with Sean from Bikes and Beards.
I think he's going to be riding a KTM.
Yep. Sean did text me and say, make sure you let everybody know that he's going to be riding his brand new KTM on New Year's Day with us on the cold start ride.
Okay.
He's already been commenting.
Do y'all sense my sarcasm? I don't know if Sean's still watching. I haven't. He's not commenting in the moment right now. He may not be paying attention. He may be done. But yeah, so people have been asking about the cold start ride. Is it going to be on dirt or pavement? We're going to do this on pavement. And if we have a ton of people, we're just going to have to cold crank. We're just going to have to we're gonna have to kind of wing it a little bit, but we're gonna have some destinations, and we're gonna give you guys kind of those spots. And Sean and I, we're gonna be riding, and we're gonna be meeting people at different places. So come out and ride with us New Year's Day right here in Leapers Fork, Tennessee. It's just outside of Nashville. So yeah, so I am. Hopefully, you've had a lot of fun tonight hanging out. I've really enjoyed this. Continue to comment, continue to send your emails. We're going to continue to send gifts out and just kind of surprise people from that list that we've kind of accumulated tonight of names that have put in their email address. We're going to continue to send some things out and just surprise people. We do that from time to time where we just pick someone in the comments of the videos. And we'll just say, hey, give me your address, and we just send something. And so we're going to continue to do that. I don't know if you knew that, but thank you guys for commenting in those videos. Continue to do that. One thing that really helps the channel grow is if you'll interact in the comments, but also when you watch a video, try to watch it to the end. That really helps. What it does is it tells the YouTube algorithm that people are interested in watching all the way to the end. So if you see my video, click on it, and then please watch it to the end. If you only watch for 30 seconds and then click off and say, I'll watch it later, it kind of hurts us. So try to watch it to the end. Even if you're not watching, you can go do something else and then come back. But anyway, that helps the YouTube algorithm. I've had an absolute blast hanging out with you guys. We're going to do this more. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe. That's Ani. Thanks, Tyler. Yep. Thanks, David. Thanks for all of you that hung out with us here all night. And we're gonna send you guys some more things. So thank you guys so much. You guys have been fantastic. We're out of here. See you.